They're the funny and extraordinary talented dynamic duo of Tyler Perry's Assisted Living. And they do so many things together. I just love them. I went ahead and accepted this request. Oh, it says they're unable to join. Let me see. Let's get them going. There they are.
let me fix it up here.
Okay, not a problem. You know how technology is, y'all. I hope we could get this. There we go.
Yeah, you know, we're older. We're in there.
You guys, let's go ahead and give a warm welcome and press those heart buttons for David and Tamela Mann. They made it. Despite
We made it.
We made it. All right. Happy Monday to both of you. How are you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
I am good. I'm so happy, first of all, to talk to you guys because, okay, I have to admit, Mr. Brown and Cora, the dynamic between Mr. Brown and Cora is one of my favorite things in the Madea universe. You literally have me in tears sometimes. I just saw Madea Homecoming. Mr. Brown, wow. Why are you barbecuing now outside with all that?
That's barbecuing the Mr. Brown way.
Right. You know, with all of everything, gasoline, kerosene, all of it. I said, this is
maybe what I should say is don't try this at home.
Right.
That's the part you missed, because right. I do believe that people out here be doing a little too much, but I love that character. So I want to kind of delve into where you pull the inspiration from that character. Was it someone you knew personally? Was this Tyler's crazy creation? Because I know Tyler goes all the way.
It's some family members, a little bit of everything. Don't tell them I said that though, but a few family members and then just coming up with just craziness. The clothes came from me just going to the thrift store and just pulling together a lot of stuff and making it happen.
So you went initially, because you're from Texas, and I don't know when you transitioned and moved to Atlanta, but when you met Tyler Perry and I heard you were on the stage play, I Could Do Bad All By Myself, and that's where Mr. Brown kind of made the appearance. And so the extra clothes and all, was that you just going out and saying, I'm really going to bring my all to this character?
Yes. That's it, exactly.
He created the character.
That's it.
Wowzers!
I'm going to come up with just whatever we can find. Actually, I had to go to a thrift store to grab some stuff. So it was just like, Tyler didn't even know. If you look on a couple of the plays from back in the day, I wouldn't even do dress rehearsal. I would just come out. Right. And so he would see what everybody else sees.
That is so wild. I never knew that. I just thought, Tyler's kid can be kind of wild with his thoughts and his creation. So I thought he was saying, put this mushroom suit on, put these crazy.
No, and that's the great thing about it. He's just giving me the freedom. Like they'll give me a skeleton and say, put the bones on. And we've been doing it long enough to, he knows kind of pretty much what I'm going to say. He kind of thinks like he would probably going to say this in this moment. So he leaves, giving the skeleton, and I put the meat on the bones.
Yes.
Now, for the both of you, because, Cora has to deal with Mr. Brown's craziness,
Right.
And it's funny because the dynamic for a while, when you guys first appeared together, people didn't really realize that you were a husband and wife duo. They really thought, there was just, you guys did such a good job at making it.
Let me tell you a quick crazy story. So we pull up to the studio the other day, and T.I. standing outside and seeing us drive up together. Y'all married in real life? I said, yeah, man, we married in real life. I said, I didn't know that.
So the thing, you guys have been together for 34 years. I mean, I worked together. My boyfriend helps me tremendously in what I do in entertainment. But there's days where I'm like, put your neck right here. Just let me. He can drive me crazy.
Well, I don't want to choke him, but I just want to go my own way. I'm going somewhere. Just
okay.
At that moment, we do have. Look, we have more happy times than upset times at each other. In our honesty, So it's like, but there's times I say I need some me time, so I may go get my nails and feet done by myself. Then there's times I was like, you gonna go with me? So it's like,
I know if she don't ask me to go with her, she don't want me to go with her.
And then how do you, so I was really, looking into music. You have a beautiful voice, Tamela, if I could say. Miss Mann, it gives me chills. It gives me chills. And so in 2021, you released Overcomer, right?
Yes.
And I thought that was such an interesting title because reading into it, you revealed that you were the most vulnerable on that album than you had ever been. So what were some of the vulnerabilities that you were dealing with as well as trying to overcome?
Well, one of them would be fear. Fear because especially with songwriting, I would say I'm, up and coming songwriter, but to really talk about things that I'm dealing with on my own, meaning for us, two of the songs are It's Finished Work and Finished. And I realized that I've been a procrastinator at times, a lot of times where it's like you start things and you don't complete the task that you started. So I realized that, and I talked about it in the music and added it in the songs, and even with the accomplishing that for us over fear, dealing with menopause and dealing with the swings of that, then with the weight issues. So it was like things that I've been dealing with on my own. So it's just, that's kind of where I came from, to be able to share so that people know that you're not alone. A lot of times we think we're the only one that are dealing with things, but you're not.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that in the new year, you heard your pastor speaking, and he had talked about completion. So
yes, focusing and finishing.
Right. So in 2021, were you able to meet that goal of completion?
Yes, I would say in a lot of things I was, because even working on the album, we were just talking about Overcomer, I've worked on from every aspect this time, more so than I ever have on any of the other my records. So it's like I felt like I was accomplishing things that I have never completed, to make sure, I was in it. Okay, this is how I want to look for the photo shoot. This is what we want to do for this. I have an idea for, the video. I mean, we all pieced it, worked and did it together, but I had input.
A lot more input, because it was like, this is what I want the songs to say. Like a lot of the writers, she would call and say, this is what I want the songs to say. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about this. Here's the the template for it.
Yes.
Finish it out for me.
And just giving God a complete yes. A lot of times we just, it's like, okay, sometimes I want to, but no, but I just want to say yes to whatever his will is for my life. So things like that as well.
And for 2022, what were some of the goals that you set? Because 2021 was completion and working on procrastination. So was there anything that goals-wise that you set this year for yourself?
Actually, I won't say goals. I would say completing those things. It's it's like a daily walk, with the way it's a journey, just living by faith and not living in fear. It's a journey. So some things, and especially with the mental aspect of it, so many people, it's okay to say that I need help, that I'm struggling in the area in that, and from that aspect as well. So it's just so much, I'm just working those things. I'm walking it out, as the kids would say now. I'm walking it out.
Right. Absolutely. I love that you have your own entertainment company together. Tillyman, if I'm saying that right, entertainment.
Tillyman.
And you guys have done a lot of projects, from books to documentaries. NAACP must love y'all because you've won so many awards together. But where do you draw? Because I know there's moments where I'm creatively drained, you know. So where do you draw to keep the creative juices flowing?
You know, I'm learning firsthand just recently that you got to unplug. You got to simply stop. Because I'm from that old school, work till you drop.
He'll just go.
But recently I've learned that you just have to unplug. You got to take some time for you. Just take some time to get away and do absolutely nothing but concentrate on just getting you better.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. And so, you know, my philosophy is, you know, we can sleep when we die, but I've learned now you gotta re-energize. You gotta take those times to just reboot and just do nothing.
Yeah. Now you guys have been working together for so long. What about you as a couple? What do you guys do for the, you know, us time? The you know, do you do date nights? Because I mean, it can't be always work.
Sometimes it's just nothing. I mean, because we're on
the road so much and away from home.
We've been blessed to travel the world at somebody else's expense. So for us, sometimes it's just simply chilling, being at the house, enjoying each other's company, doing nothing. She's watching Netflix or something. I'm sitting on my iPad
watching a documentary or something. But sometimes we do, you know, do a date night. But you know, the world is just really getting back going. Like I told him last night, I was like, I want to go to the movies. So it's like we've just been watching them, you know, like at home. So we just trying to be careful and still yet enjoy life. But I think it's really helped us enjoy each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I've found ways to do stuff creatively at the house, maybe a picnic outside. So, you know, like you said,
exactly.
Things are, but it still is creative. You have to find ways, and there's peaks and valleys, you know, and like you said, there's some days where you just want to just sit.
Right.
You ain't washed up, maybe you ain't brushed your teeth.
Right. And see, that's a good thing. You have to be able to enjoy each other's company, whether you're on the red carpet or walking through the White House. You have to be able to enjoy yourself just whether you're sitting in the bed, eating some chips and drinking some soda, doing nothing. So you have to be able to enjoy those moments as well.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Well, one thing that I know that you guys enjoy is being together as a family. You know, you guys have sons and daughters that are also very active in the business and creating on their own as well. So family time is so important. And I know you guys released it was the book and joint album called Us Against the World, Our Secrets to Love, Marriage, and Family. So for those that are tuned in, what is one secret to love, marriage, and family?
Well, one of our secrets is that we're friends. All of our foundation is based off of our friendship. And once we base it off of that, everything else works better in our marriage because we genuinely like each other as friends and then as lovers. So once we determine, like, hey, we used to spend so much time together before we were actually a thing. You know.
A couple.
So it was our friendship that helped us get through a lot of the hard times.
And I'm in secret for family. I think it's important when we do have family time that I concentrate on my family. You know, even if I take them out to dinner, like I always want to try to do something with everybody. You know, because I just feel like we want to give them that one-on-one that you got your granny, your papa, you got your mom and daddy to just sit down and just talk. You know, sometimes it's reasoning, you know, because we may have a misunderstanding somewhere. We have them just like everybody else, but we try to make that time for them. It's like, you know, you got to cut it out. Like you were saying, cut the family time out. It's a pie. Family time, our time together, work time. So it's like you have to make that time for even family and each other.
All right, I'm running low on time. Speaking of time, so I want to delve in really quickly and talk about season 3 of Assisted Living. So I know that I talked to Courtney Nicole from the show.
Yay!
So I'm getting the whole cast.
Right.
But this season, you guys are talking about some, I think some like a little bit of heavy material. So you guys went into one of the characters, I think it was Lenore. He had his brush with the law, and Mr. Brown, silly self, getting a whip of the lash or whatever.
That's the whip of the lash. Let Mr. Brown change up our words. But yeah, this season we're dealing with issues that we deal with in our society every day. We're dealing with, like you were saying, Linda, with the police brutality. We're dealing with old love. You know, couples. A lot of times we feel like when people get older, they can't love, they can't find love, or they have to just basically lay down and die. Yeah. So we're dealing with a lot of those issues,
and also just taking care of the importance of of the older. Sometimes we have to find, because when you were young, you know, you were vibrant and felt like you had everything going for yourself. But it's like as you get older, it's like you're having to find yourself again. Like, can I still do that? Am I still good at something? So it's like finding those things out and realizing, spending time with family and even your seniors, the importance of that they still a part of the family and just don't throw them away.
I really like the show and how it's showing, you know, like you said, seniors and them living. I mean, we there is this, I believe, you know, towards our senior citizens, we're just throwing them away.
There's a stigma that they're old and let's just move.
They don't know nothing.
Yeah, everything is geared towards the young. Let's skew young. Let's make sure we have all the stuff programmed, and we're missing a whole group of people that are being underserved or not served at all, not serviced at all. Is the elderly, you know, older people. Yeah. They got money too. They got old money.
Right. Yes. And that's the thing that, you know, I feel like sometimes we, you know, well, I don't want to say we, me and you, but just the Black community as a whole, because I pay attention to Twitter and what's going on in some of the social platforms. We don't really give Tyler Perry his flowers because I mean, he's created this network, he's created these shows that, I mean, from Sisters to, you know, I think now Brothers to, you know, assisted living, Meet the Browns. I mean, you guys have been able to kind of just take these two characters, Mr. Brown and Cora, to so many different levels and opening eyes to, you know, this, like, not disposing of the senior community. Right. And I love that. Yeah. I love that.
And I like how even with the stories, with the writers, how they collaborate with the older, and then like all the new characters that we've brought to the house now is assisted living is incredible. It's just,
it takes the show over the top.
Yes, it really does. So I'm just excited about everybody seeing season 3, and as we grow and just seeing how important, just even different dynamics from different cultures that we incorporate into the show. It's just a lot of fun. I mean, it's some good detailed stuff, but it's a lot of funny stuff going on.
It's some mess going on.
What is the funniest moment for each of you on the set where you're just like, I could not keep it together?
You know, one of the funniest scenes, Mr. Brown wanted to be the new youth pastor.
He wants to be the pastor.
Yeah, the pastor.
He wants to be the pastor.
But I had to go through the board, which Cora sits on the board. And so I had to preach a sermon, and she could not stop laughing. They had to tell her, Tamela, you have to stop laughing so we can finish the sermon.
I was his amen corner. It was so hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's like, because he really thought he was just really bringing a good word. But I was so tickled. But I'm excited again for everyone to see everything going down with our new time on Wednesday, 9:30. We're going to be out the Bible study on Wednesdays now. Wednesday night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. Right. You know, y'all just make sure you watch. Look, even just
DVR.
There you go.
There you go. Right. And before you go, let's see, the one question from Mann's Media, they wanted to know, how do you adapt the theme of the Overcomer album? Example, the color scheme, the setting, etc.
it just kind of happens.
Yeah, we all come together, we collaborate, like, hey, how do you like this? We'll come up with a color scheme.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. So,
but this time, I think it was different because I've never really had a color scheme that I really stuck to.
right.
And I was like, because I did a lot of blues. I was like, I just want to brighten it up, bring some joy, stuff that I haven't normally, I'm a black person. I look like that. I'm black now. I love black. So it's just, we just, like David said, we collaborated. We collaborated. And, Jay Boland and his team helped me with wardrobe this time. And it's just been.
Shout out to Jay Boland.
It's just been incredible with everybody. I mean, with my daughter, even vocal producing from the album, and Justin Pearson. I mean,
Tia Mann, Justin Pearson, Phil Bryant.
I mean, it's so many. Von Hill. It was so many people on this album that just gave me a lot of life. A lot of young people. It's like I was in the 30-year-old bracket with the majority of people that produced on that.
Polar Bear, he put his stamp on it, done the graphics and everything.
So it's just, it's just incredible. I've been blessed, but it really wasn't. It just kind of happened, y'all. I love you, Man Media.
I will say that some of the, promo photos that I've seen, like the one that I used for the flyer, hello, y'all was power couple, okay? Giving the power couple vibes. I absolutely loved it. I just thought you guys looked amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
He looked good. He looked good, don't he, Gary?
I'm trying.
30 years. You got a proper brother, David.
Okay. Both of y'all. So again, I want to remind everybody, season 3 of Assisted Living is returning. So lock it in. It's premiering Wednesday, March 23rd on BET and BET Her. I absolutely adore you guys. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me today. I wish we could do it in person and longer. Yeah. I have been talking to a lot of the BET under the Tyler Perry, universe. I've been talking to a lot of them. And you guys are all amazing people, very nice, very loving, and just such a ball of positive energy. So thank you for talking to me. And for Monday, just give somebody a little motivation. What is a motivating word or motto for this Monday? Because it's, Monday motivation.
Monday motivation, we want to say we want to love more and judge less.
There's so much going on in the world. And if we were spreading more love out there and putting more love out there than we were doing other stuff, it would just make it so much better for everybody out here.
Yes.
So keep spreading love.
Well, that is, on that note, love is in the air. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the love. And like they said, love more, judge less, and let's support this great show. Thank you once again. And I will catch you guys later, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Wednesday nights, everybody. We love you. Y'all check us out on YouTube, Man TV.
I'll make sure we're coming to a city near you, somewhere out there. Just check at David and Tamela, because we're hitting the road again together.
Coming back out, comedy.
Oh, you're going to
y'all. We doing it. Yeah.
Oh, when does this kick off?
April 9th, we'll be in St. Louis, and I don't know the other cities.
Right.
I don't know
it's so much going on. So it's right now. But thank y'all for everybody following us. And we appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you guys, with the support of the record, watching us on television. We just want to thank you guys from our heart for everything that you guys do, and streaming the music and all that. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. I'll catch you. Hopefully, maybe you'll come to Chicago and we can do something in person. Who knows?
Yes.
We'll make it happen.
All righty. Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.